What's up, you majestic what the fucks? This is The Inner Idiot. Welcome to the Dimwits and Dummies studio. I am your host, Tyler Havlin, the host with the most belly hair, that is. It's like a fucking jungle down there.
Automitis isn't sitting here.
Well, yeah, this is true.
Because he's a hairy guy.
So, put your ugly kids to bed. It's time for The Inner Idiot.
That's right.
Tired of politics? Bet you are. Got the winter blues? Bet you do. Join us. Laugh with us. Laugh at us. It's all the same.
Probably at us.
Yeah.
More than likely.
I'm good with at us, though. Before we get started today, let me plug all the socials for you. Check us out on Facebook, The Inner Idiot fan page, Instagram, The Inner Idiot, Patreon, The Inner Idiot, and Twitter, The Inner Idiot. Yeah, see? Make it simple, stupid.
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm. So, let me introduce my co-host. He is the Lord that is never bored, the commander of the comic books, Shorty Fresh, in the flesh, 2 claps and a Ric Flair, Lord Shorty Hoffman. Woo!
Yeah, all right.
That was a weird woo. I did it. I'll get it with the next guy.
This whole thing's been weird.
Yeah, it has.
Let's make it weird.
Let's make it even weirder.
All right.
So, it's good to have you back, everybody. 2 claps and Ric Flair for Camden, a.k.a. The Cake. Woo! Oh, we got an extra woo in there today. I fucking love it.
All right.
You guys know what we get to do today?
Talk about random shit?
Yes! And it's fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do.
That's what we do here, and it's fucking amazing.
It is.
We checking late?
I
We got this again. I love it. I love it.
You're not gonna love it in about 15 minutes, but that's okay.
Right. We drop a lot of fucks.
Fricks.
Fracks, fucks. Anyways, today's top 5
All right.
is top 5 most weird kids' toys. Now, this could have been a really long list.
Oh, yeah.
So I tried to pick some things that were fairly widely known. So, number 5. Now, granted, I loved these things, was Pogs.
Yeah.
Like,
See, hold on. No. Hold on. Like, these are that's a 90s toy. That's not a kid's toy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know any child born after the year, like, 1999.
Right, only kids played with Pogs, so it's still a
not
child's
anymore.
toy.
Now it's adults.
Yeah,
right.
Now it's a collector's item, just like Pokemon cards. They were a kid's toy, and now they're a collector item.
But see, like,
because you know what happened to those 90 kids?
yeah, they grew
up.
But
they
Pogs
never
aren't a
grew
thing.
up.
Pogs aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You can still find them. I checked. You can find them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
They're also
Still do
called
it
bottle
overseas.
caps.
Oh.
So for those of you that don't know what Pogs are, it was literal little cardboard circles with just whatever the fuck
Some
somebody
of
wanted
them
to
were
put
made
on.
out of metal. I had some metal ones.
Well, yeah, the
Those
slammers.
Those are the slammers.
Yeah.
Use those to flip them over, and the ones that flipped over, the ones or I can't remember the rules.
Yeah.
But I think it's like you flip it over with the slammer, and the ones that flip are the ones you get to take. So that's how they all got traded back and forth.
And you made bets, so you're like, all right, I'm gonna put 3 Pogs down. The other person be like, okay, and they put their 3 on top of it. And like shiny ones were worth 2, ones with
you
8
had
balls were
holographic
worth it.
ones
Yeah.
and shit.
My brother's first suspension was for beating up a kid and stealing his Pogs.
At least it was for a good cause.
That's what I remember him for.
Right.
All right, number 4 is Shapeshifter Punisher. So, if you guys have never seen this, I'm going to post a picture of the Shapeshifter Punisher on the Instagram after the episode. But basically, it was like a Transformer-style Punisher, but when he was in his human form, he had a big old fucking missile coming out of his crotch. It was great. Wait till you see the picture. It's fucking amazing.
I had no idea that this was a thing.
And the name, and just the fact that it was the Punisher makes it even better.
I didn't have a lot of like action figures and shit when I was a kid.
No, I see you're compensating for something.
I'm making up for lost time, all right?
I don't think this one was a 90s thing. I think this was an early 2000 one. But the next one on the list is creepy as all fucking get out. And I found one of these in my house and I threw the bitch away. So have either one of you heard of Masha and the Bear?
Nope.
All right, it's a kids show. But anyways, these Masha dolls, right? Just like any other fucking doll, it's already creepy looking because it's a doll. but it's got a spot. When you squeeze it, it giggles.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you all a guess of where you squeeze this doll at and it giggles.
The belly?
Go a little lower.
The thigh?
Go a little higher.
I'm going to make you say it.
You have to squeeze this poor doll's crotch area and she giggles and chuckles. I'm serious. I saw that shit. I was like, nope, gotta go.
That's like the abandoned Sesame Street toy, Touch Me Elmo.
Yeah, it's a tickle.
No, the abandoned one.
Oh,
there was a Touch Me Elmo.
I'm just kidding. It's a South Park thing.
I did it because it was abandoned.
Anyways, moving on.
Number 2, it's still around, and I've seen it recently. Is candy cigarettes. This shit is weird.
Okay, so that's not a toy. That's a candy.
All right, but do kids play with them?
No, they eat them.
No, they play with them because they act like they're fucking smoking.
Yeah,
and it's
as
weird.
they're eating them. They're not like...
It's still a toy, damn it.
I don't find it in the toy aisle. I find it in the kid.
If a woman takes a cucumber and masturbates with it, does it then become a toy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So food can be toys.
All right, I guess.
And toys can be food.
Yeah, if you're hungry enough.
True.
And the number 1. Look, this one's weird. I saw this one last night. I was at a hotel, sitting in this hotel room, and somebody whips this thing out. A water snake or a water wiggly. Do y'all have any clue what the fuck I'm talking about?
No.
So basically, it is this tubular toy, and it's filled with water, but the inside of it goes straight through. You know what I'm talking about now?
Oh, yeah.
Teaching young boys how to jerk off for forever, dude.
I don't think that's marketing plan, but yes.
Like, it's seriously, it's like a fucking fleshlight without the casing. It's weird. I almost took it home with me, but I didn't. I didn't want to ruin any kids' nights. Why were you at a hotel last night? Family from out of town were in, and they were at a hotel. Kids wanted to swim and stuff, so.
I gotcha.
But yeah, that shit is weird. There was also this other toy called a Simple Dimple.
A what?
Yeah, Simple Dimple. It's just like this board, and it's got these pops on them, like a little dome, and you just pop it through. Just boop, like that's a toy. I don't know, but it's.
When you're 2 or 3, anything can be entertaining.
I guess. But yeah, water snakes. Those things are fucking weird, man.
Yeah. I always thought Furbies were fucking weird.
Furbies are fucking weird.
Yeah.
They are, but those were entirely ripped off from Gremlins.
Sure.
Or Pet Rocks.
Pet Rocks were fucking strange. That almost made the list.
Like what?
I have a feeling you had a lot of Pet Rocks when you were a kid. I feel like you need a Pet Rock now.
At least something would love me.
Yeah, exactly.
I love you, Cake.
Yeah, see, he didn't say that.
Personality of a rock, so it's the same thing.
True. Not often am I empathetic. I didn't really think about that sentence for some reason.
I don't think you have the personality of a rock. I mean, at least a rock with algae on it.
No.
Or moss.
Thank you.
You get a little spicy sometimes.
Right.
You got a little bit of flavor.
Right, but he's like, I don't think he said I don't necessarily think he meant my personality. I think he meant like the feelings reciprocated.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a dick.
So if I tell somebody I love them and they say, "Oh, you got the personality of a rock," it's just reciprocation?
No, saying that you have personality of a rock means you don't return feelings.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you don't love Shorty. That's what I'm.
Shorty. I just can't tell if he loves me back because he's a piece of shit.
I hug you all the time.
Yeah, but it feels forced.
Well, just wait till later. Something else is gonna feel forced.
It's mostly a defense mechanism because he likes to play with my titties, and I don't like that.
In my defense, almost all my love's been forced, so I can't really.
Oh, on that note, let's take a break. We'll be right back with This Day in History.
Hey, Ty, if you wanted to make a podcast, how would you do it?
Spotify Podcasters app, of course. Or hell, even the website.
Do they have any way you can edit audio and help with organizing your episodes?
All that and more. You can reach out to listeners and have feedback with their Q&A feature, and it distributes it to all other major places you listen to podcasts.
I just looked, and they got a video podcast set up and editing tools here, too.
So all you got to do is sign up at SpotifyForPodcasters.com or get the app, and you're done.
Damn, it's just that easy.
Time for a history lesson, you majestic what the fucks. It is January 3rd, 2020, dumb. Today is also National Pie Day.
Pie Day?
Yes.
You know, that makes sense, because my mom was asking me yesterday, like, what my favorite,
Like
pie
pie
is-
is in the food or pie is in the mathematical equation, because there's both of those.
well,
food.
that's not until March 14th.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense, because
Yeah.
3.414. Got it.
Yeah.
Is that as far as you know?
That's as far as anyone needs to know.
Right.
True.
That's farther than I knew.
Really?
Yeah, I think I knew, like, I probably knew 3.14, but who cares?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
you'd
not
know
the
when
smart one.
You'd know when the 14th of March showed up, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's Pie Day."
And ain't nobody brought me a damn fucking apple pie.
Did somebody bring you an apple pie today?
No, but I get to eat some pie later.
Oh, okay.
Thought she was on her period.
No, it ended. It ended this morning. I get some Reba pie.
Reba pie.
January 23rd, 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell becomes the first woman in the U.S. to earn a medical degree. That's kind of interesting that it was in 1849. Were they even allowed to vote yet?
No.
No.
No, I didn't think so. But they could be a doctor.
That was a lot later.
You think she got a job after she got that degree? Or you think like, ah,
I certainly fucking hope so. They let women be nurses for a long time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
nurses are the real fucking doctors. And doctors
no,
just
they're
come...
the real nurses. Doctors are the real doctors.
Yeah, yeah, but nurses
You're
do.
dumb.
Yeah, but nurses do a majority of the work.
Yeah, that's true. But
Right.
someone has to do the majority of the work.
Yeah. All right. 1930, January 23rd, Clyde Tombaugh photographs planet Pluto.
No.
I don't know. It
There's
just
no
seems.
such thing as Planet Pluto.
Boo.
I know. They took it away from me. Everything I've learned is wrong now.
Yep.
But you still have Uranus. Bad dad joke. I know, but it's always fun.
And really, he doesn't, so stop mocking him.
All right. In 1957, I saw this one has a Pluto reference too, just to throw fuel on the fire there for you, Cam. Whammo Company produces the first frisbee, and it was called the Pluto Platter until 1958.
Why?
I don't fucking know.
You should have done more research.
Well,
He does this a lot to me. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Why? And he's like, I don't fucking know. God damn it.
I don't know.
I know, it's a consistent state of disappointment.
But that's what I do. I disappoint.
Poor Reba.
So we can call it Pluto Platter Golf now, from now on?
What? No, it's frisbee golf. It's actually disc golf, but
Oh.
that's what, seriously, like,
I know, but
I know, I don't like it either. Everyone's like, oh, do you play disc golf? And I'm like, frisbee golf. And they're like, no, it's disc golf. I'm like, get off your fucking high horse, man. Go hang out with the stoners and see what they call it.
sleepy time.
No, they call
Nature
it
walk.
nature walk. Yeah, there you go. Nature walk with an objective.
For somebody that's not a stoner, like, you would be the perfect stoner.
I grew up around a lot of stoners.
All right. In 1972, the entire population of Istanbul was under a 24-hour house arrest. This one, I know the reason why.
Why?
Good, because I'd like to know.
Because they were looking for a terrorist group, and evidently the population wasn't helping them out. So they're like, fuck it, everybody's under house arrest. Get in your houses while we figure this shit out.
So I wonder how they would
Here,
enforce.
even
I
now.
wonder how they enforced that. Like,
Anyone on the streets got arrested?
I mean, yeah, but what if everybody went outside? Like, fuck it.
And it would be called a riot. And then the riot force would probably come out. Because that's how...
Did Istanbul have a riot force? I don't fucking know.
What's cross between elephant and rhino?
Hell if I know.
There we go.
In 1984, January 23rd, Hulk Hogan defeats Iron Sheik to win his first WWE title at Madison Square
You're telling
Garden.
me right now that Hulk Hogan fought a mecha sheep?
A what? Iron Sheik.
Oh, Sheik! Sheik!
Sheik.
He's as smart as a rock, too, for people.
Oh, that was great.
I heard sheep, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe I said sheep. I don't fucking know. And for somebody,
All I could have imagined was like Celebrity Deathmatch, like the clay animation.
I love that back in the
Dude,
day.
it was so good. They even brought it back for one season. It was really fucking
Did they
funny.
really?
Yeah, dude,
When?
it was great. A couple years
Remember
ago.
the Brisk commercials they used to air with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I loved wrestling growing up, dude. It was such a staple of my childhood.
I can see you liking to roll around with men.
In their undies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm in my. Yep. You know. Yeah, I roll. By the way, Iron Sheik.
Especially downhill.
Yeah. Iron Sheik is a great follow on Twitter, by the way. Dude is he's golden. In 2013, U.S. Armed Forces overturns 1994 ban on women serving in combat.
What year was this?
2013. I know, it seems like it was much longer ago than that, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Weird.
I'm pretty sure that they were already, it was like, they were already serving.
They couldn't be infantrymen. They couldn't be frontline.
Really?
Yeah. They could be in medical corps and stuff like that.
Yeah, they could be support, but they couldn't be frontline.
Well, now they can be frontline
They couldn't
for
be in combat.
8 years now.
Mm-hmm.
8 years as of today.
Yeah.
And that's all this day in history I got. The Hulk Hogan thing was my favorite. Anytime I see a wrestling one, I make sure to write that one down.
I'm just really interested in this Iron Sheep.
Was
I've made the mistake and I'm sticking to it.
Hulk Hogan your favorite coming up?
No.
No, who's your favorite?
It was the Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers?
The Bushwhackers.
Of course it is.
Mine was Ultimate Warrior. I fucking loved him.
That or Undertaker. Undertaker was a monster.
Dude, if you watched any of The Last Ride, it's like his documentary.
No.
Dude, it is epic.
I stopped caring about him when I was 10.
Well,
So,
I'm just saying, dude. It brought a tear to my eye.
talking about wrestling though, it's like you can't really have a favorite. Like I had so many that I like. Stone Cold, The Rock. You know, they were all in my time era. So,
Right.
Like, you know, we watched all that, and then we'd like recreate it. So
In
it was
your
all
underwear?
fun. I don't know. Probably. Maybe out of underwear. I don't know.
Do you remember Wrestling Buddies? They were like pillows shaped as wrestlers.
Yes, I remember that.
Those were fucking great.
I didn't have any because we were poor, but
I had a couple.
I had brothers. They were who I wrestled with.
I'd have lent you a few.
I didn't know you then.
I know. But I still would have.
I'm sure you would have. You're a stand-up guy.
Stand up. Who's sitting down? But anyways, let's take a break for the dimwits and dummies. And we'll be right back.
All right. Greetings, humanoids, goblinoids, and all the other oids in between. Do you like talking about Dungeons & Dragons? Do you enjoy listening to other people talk about Dungeons & Dragons? Or talk about any other role-playing games? If you say yes to any or all of these, join me and Autumn Midas on the Dimwits and Dummies podcast, an open discussion on our take on how to improve your game from the perspective of game master to player characters. Embrace your flaws and learn that everyone loves D&D. They just don't know it yet.
And today, we're going to talk about the big three questions, which are, and this is what they called it, the big three. Where did we come from? And the next one is not where did we go, Cotton Eye Joe. Okay? Before you
I
even
don't know
say
why you're
it.
pointing at me. I hate that song.
Everybody hates it. Who really likes that song?
The guy who released it and makes a shitload of money every time it's played at an 8th grade dance.
He probably don't even like it.
Oh, no, he loves that motherfucker. So could you imagine how much that motherfucker gets paid? Probably not this last year or whatever, because there hasn't been an 8th grade, dance. But, like, before then, that motherfucker's like, I love my music. It makes me money.
I don't know. I never
Now
could
it's in
sing
my
a
head.
song.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. So, that is the question I posed to you all. Where do you think we came from?
My mother's vagina.
That was my answer too.
And that's what I'm sticking with. So.
Right?
Before that, it's anyone's guess. My mom got around.
Yeah. As we learned a few episodes ago, I have no clue who my father is either. So
Yeah?
I've never met your dad, so I couldn't tell you if you look like him.
I don't.
Oh, I have met your dad.
Yeah, you have.
He's tall.
He's big.
Yeah.
He has a giant beard. I have neither of those things.
Yeah. I do like the little goatee you got going on right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute.
You're kind of cute.
How long did it take you to grow that?
I don't know, a week or so.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't get much better than that. Like, that's like its stopping point.
Yeah, I mean, I shave it. So.
You kind of look like you're going for the little Jafar look. If it would get a little
I
longer.
call it my womb broom so I can dust it off down there.
No, I liked it. So no serious thoughts on where we came from?
Nah, I have serious thoughts, but I don't want to share them.
Why not?
Because fucking...
And then?
I have to think about it, and that just seems painful.
Really?
I just don't care. Like, it's a question that doesn't need answering. Like, what's the relevance of finding out, like, understanding where we came from? You know what I'm saying?
Let's jump back to the last episode. What if where we came from was fucking aliens? Then it really kind
Where
of
did
does.
they come from then?
I don't fucking know. Cotton Eye Joe. Shit.
That's the whole thing. It's like chicken and the egg scenario. You know what I mean? It's like you can't really answer it, so everything's just conjecture.
You know, we can order a chicken.
Everyone says, "Oh, the Big Bang. You know, all these particles were super condensed and then they exploded out." Okay, but where did all those super condensed particles come from?
Right.
So then it's like, well, you know, is there a higher power that fucking made everything? Is this all just been here or what?
I say we order a chicken from Amazon and we order an egg from Amazon and see which one gets here first.
They'll probably get here at the same time.
Yeah.
Amazon is ridiculous.
They
What
are.
if they drone them to us? You see a fucking drone flying a fucking chicken at us like...
I hope it's not even in
Then
a
it drops
box.
the egg, it breaks.
I just hope it's not even in a box, like the chicken.
It's just a chicken. The guy walks up, just here's a chicken.
That'd be way better.
Oh.
Your chicken noise is pretty on point.
We used to raise chickens. You ever had to kill one of those bastards?
No, I don't.
It's true when they say they chase you.
I don't like killing animals.
I think I was 8 the first time I killed a chicken.
It'd be really hard for me to hunt for my own food. I'd feel bad.
Well, until you got hungry.
Yeah.
And knowing you, that'd take like 30 minutes. Oh, you're so cute. All right, you're gonna die now. That wasn't so bad. Can you imagine? All right, just think about this. Can you imagine having to, for every meal, you have to go get wood, start a fire, kill an animal, clean an animal,
Cook.
do all that, go out to your garden, get whatever vegetables, clean them off, peel them. This is every meal of every day, all the time.
Right.
Like it's an hour or two of prep time to eat every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be
Can
a
you
lot
imagine
thinner.
That?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. You would be a lot thinner. But then again, like, I mean, if it was just me, nobody else, that would be absolutely horrendous. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
like,
why people married back then.
Right.
That's where marriage came from. Because
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are like, man, I don't feel like doing this.
they'd go out on the hunt, you know, bring it back like, all right, bitch, clean this.
Exactly.
And that would be it. And then he could go off and do the other hard shit that needs to be done. But
like before modern times, like it just made sense to have household roles because
Right.
no one could work a farm and keep everyone fed. The
Right.
house and all the chores done that are in the house.
right, 100%.
All right. So the second question of the big three is there life after death?
No.
You hope not, right?
I fucking hope so. 'Cause
Like my dream or what I hope for is just nothingness. Like not that I go to a void and I'm in the void. That I just cease to exist.
Sure.
Like there's no consciousness. That when I die, I'm done. And everyone who ever came before me, if they died, they're done.
Sure.
Like there's no heaven, no hell, no nothing. I hope that that's the way it is. I don't know if it is, so I'm hedging my bets.
You just pray to every deity. Fuck it. One of these has got to be right.
I just have this envision of like wherever you die, like when you die, it's your utopia. That's what I hope for.
Where you die?
No, when you die, like
You go to whatever you think is the best.
yeah, that's your
Scenario.
utopia. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool. I could get down with that.
Yeah, that's my.
What if there's
that's-
this really fucked up individual whose utopia was invading other people's utopias and fucking with them?
Would it then be?
Would it recreate new utopias that are copying your utopia, or would he actually be able to like enter your utopia and fuck with you in your utopia?
See, I don't know.
I think it would recreate utopias for him because I look if my utopia.
Because if that's the way the way Shorty's talking about it is, because I want to be the guy that fucks with other people's utopias. Like, I don't want to, like, do anything, like, horrendous, like, go in there.
You just want to see who's got the best one?
No, I want to go in there and, like, I don't know, like,
Rearrange
fart a
your-
lot.
Rearrange your furniture.
You can't steal my shtick, man.
Just go in there, like, fart on their pillow, I don't know, like, fucking...
Give them a wet willy and bounce.
Go in there, like, tie all their shoelaces together, fucking change all the toilet paper from over to under.
Some minor inconveniences.
Just random stuff.
Move
Look.
all their furniture over a quarter of an inch.
Yeah.
Look, under on the toilet paper roll is not a minor inconvenience. That shit is fucked up. Okay? It's got to
Well,
be
I
over.
agree, it's got to be over. But, I mean, you know, just...
I honestly give a shit less which way it goes on. I live in a consistent state of chaos, so I don't care.
The goddamn toilet paper roll goes over.
I know. I do it for other people's sake, not my own.
You go under, and I'm probably making a mess. I'm just not even going to wipe at that point.
Your mess to deal with, not mine.
Not if I fucking slide across the toilet seat.
No.
You ever sit on them weird toilets, dude? And it's like every time you sit on it, you leave shit running down the side of the bowl.
Yeah, because it's all like off center or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Leave
Dude.
a little snail trail going from one side down into the water.
True story. There's toilets in Japan are literally just a fucking thing on the floor. Like, in the fucking floor. You got to squat over it.
That's better for you though, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's better for you, but man, was it fucking weird. Like, I had to take my pants completely off.
You know
sitting
how
on a
uncomfortable that would be to like play on your phone for 20 minutes every time? I think that's why they do it, so people can't just play on their phones when they're taking
I
a
guess,
poop.
dude. It was fucking wild.
They're actually making toilets now that have an incline in the seat, so it's really uncomfortable to sit on them, and they're putting
Challenge
them in
accepted.
workplaces so people don't sit on their phones.
Challenge
That is a
accepted.
thing. Yeah. So what were we even talking about? Life after death.
And we ended up talking about pooping.
Dude, it always happens. Pooping.
I'm sure it was a natural progression to get here.
Oh, it was.
Oh yeah, I was gonna fart on people's pillows.
Yeah,
And then-
inconvenience them, and you said flipping their toilet paper roll.
That's how we got here, flipping
Yeah.
the toilet paper.
Yep.
And now we're talking about pooping in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Boston, they have fucking urinal, like, so to cut back on people coming out of bars drunk and pissing in alleyways and shit, they have these actual bathrooms that are in middle of, like, the sidewalks that you go into it, this door shuts behind you, and you have so long to go. But in, like, I think it costs, like, $1 or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. But, yeah, bathrooms on the fucking sidewalk, like fucking phone booths.
Huh.
It's a great fucking idea.
Like, what if they only give you like 45 seconds, but you really gotta take a shit?
Dude, I don't think anybody's shitting in 45 seconds besides me.
I might be done, but I'm gonna be sitting there with the door open and playing on my phone for another 20 minutes.
Think about how you would no longer have to let strange women know where you live. Because you would pick them up at the bar, you'd be like, well, fuck it. We ain't got to go all the way back to my house. There's this fucking stall right here in the street. Let's just go in that bitch.
Ew.
Hey,
What do you mean, hey?
I've done worse.
Ew.
Ew. Public bathroom sex is disgusting and should not be done. Well, one, it just really ruins the mood, and you got to make a fucking eagle's nest on the toilet seat so you can sit down.
I mean, haven't you... Nah, I don't know if that one's allowed. All right, the third question.
You
The
know
answer
it's
is yes.
Yeah, okay. I thought so.
Yeah, I have, but that wasn't really public, and we didn't touch anything. It's just a big open space.
You touched something.
Well, I mean, you know, whatever. But hey,
Was the ground dry?
yeah,
Because that's something that
it
I
wasn't a stall; it was an individual bathroom. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like a public bathroom in a stall. There, you just
Yeah, there's not enough. Like, one, there's not enough room
one,
to be
and
sanitary.
I know for a fact that no one has ever wiped down the walls of a stall in a public bathroom.
That's
Like, none of
untrue.
the- none
That
of the
is
cleaning
untrue.
people-
It has happened before.
None of the cleaning people ever come in and like wipe down the walls of the stall. You know how many shitacules have accumulated in the air and ended up on the walls of the stalls? Anytime you touch the wall of a stall, you're getting little poo particles all over you. And that's just nasty.
Do you remember that one time years ago where we come into work and they said, all right, guys, we're going to have to watch out who's going to the bathroom because somebody shit and smeared it all over the wall.
I do
Those
remember that.
walls were clean that day.
Dude, we had a guy in the other building, and it's why you were still in that building, actually.
Yeah.
He went up to use the shitter, right? And I'm
Pooper.
in this stall. The what?
Pooper.
The pooper, okay, the shitter.
Pooper.
So I'm in one stall, and I hear him coming in, just like I kind of look down, curiosity in me, and I see him drop trowel in the stall next to me. Right, I see his coveralls hit the floor, but then his feet move up, and this dude squats over his coveralls and shits on his coveralls, and not even in the fucking toilet.
Bad aim.
What the? I think it was on purpose, but who the fuck does that?
Someone who just couldn't get there in time.
But he was there. It took him longer to move forward and squat over his fucking clothes. He smelled like shit the rest of the day, needless to say, but still. That was gross.
Sounds awful.
You ever been in the fucking public stall and it just sounds like Goku's going Super Saiyan in the stall next to you?
I've
That's me in the stall next to you, by the way.
Goku before.
You ever talk to people while you're in there?
Oh, yeah.
All the fucking time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, hey, bud, how's it going?
Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite is when you're sitting there talking, like they don't respond, so you just carry on the conversation by yourself. And then you get done, you're like, all right, well, have a good day. Or you get out, wash your hands or whatever, and he comes out, just looks at you side-eyed and shit, like...
Yeah, I wasn't
yeah,
on
and
the
you
phone.
always take a really long time washing your hands.
Oh, yeah.
That way they get, because they're done, and they're waiting on you to leave. Or I'll get done washing my hands and I'll dry them, and then I'll, like, open the door and let it close, so they think I'm gone. And then I'm just standing there. When they come out, they're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I won't even say anything, then I'll just leave. But you got to make eye contact with them.
Right.
Let them know that you were the one who did it.
Yep.
Especially if they don't talk back. Like,
Yeah, it's just rude not to respond.
Like, you ever been at a urinal, right? And you purposely, there's like 3 of them, you purposely take the middle one. That way when someone walks up, you just look at them and go, checkmate.
Yeah.
I like it. I ain't never heard that
We had
one.
this kid at work, man, super homophobic and shit, and we had convinced him that Camden was gay. And so, like, Camden goes into the bathroom and sees this kid coming as Cake's walking into the bathroom. So Cake goes, stands in the center one. I'm taking his shit at the time. His kid walks in and he goes, oh. And Cake's like, checkmate. I was in the fucking stall and I lost my fucking mind.
He ended up peeing in the stall. It was hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, the kid peed in the
Yeah,
stall?
he went into one of the stalls. He wouldn't come to the
We're
urinal.
saying kid. Look, it probably wasn't an actual kid.
Oh, no, he
people.
was at least 18.
Okay.
He was at least 18.
Yeah, he was at work. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never
Child
know.
label laws and things.
Label laws.
Yeah, it's
Hey, do
Not
you ever,
label laws, labor laws.
You ever brush your teeth while taking shit at the same
Nope,
time?
that's
No.
disgusting.
Yeah, well,
You also aren't supposed to leave your toothbrush out in the toilet in the bathroom.
I never
Yeah.
leave my toothbrush out in the toilet.
in the bathroom.
I know, but
Do you
he
know,
said toilet
ironically, the
first.
cleanest place of your bathroom is the back of your toilet? Like the back top of it?
Because you're sitting on.
Mythbusters did a thing.
Huh.
Yeah, they found less poop particles on the back of your toilet, like on the top part of your toilet, than like your sink and everything else. It's because, obviously you when you wipe or whatever, you go over to your sink directly, stuff like that. And you're only touching the side of your toilet when you flush it. You know what I mean? You're not touching the top, but your sink, your hands are all over. Yep. Weird.
Nifty. Well, I guess we should get to the third question of the big 3 because that got completely fucking derailed.
How's our sound?
Zoomed out.
Well, even zoomed out, like we had me peeking, and then you guys right here. So like that's what's
Peekaboo.
weird. Like first, Camden's mic was backwards, and but you guys are all turned up, which is fucking weird to me. But
I don't know. It's just you got the most powerful voice.
well, yeah, that's a given. But
All right. Well, the third question from the big 3 is, what is the meaning of life? What do you got? Anything?
prosperity and happiness.
I think it's whatever the fuck you want it to be. I don't think there is a fucking meaning.
Well,
We're
whatever
just-
it is, I obviously haven't found it yet. So,
Well, I think, like, wouldn't it be dumb to kind of find it? Like, then it's like, oh, I beat the game. It's over. Yay.
who doesn't like to win?
I mean, but there's some games you just don't want to end. Like, I know you don't like life. I like life most days
Why?
because it's fun. I get to
Is it?
touch Reba's butt.
Says the person who bitches more than anyone I know about life.
Yeah, that's me. But me getting that out Makes me feel better.
Makes me feel worse.
Yeah, well, I don't care about your feelings when I'm trying to feel better.
Because he's like, and I'm like, yeah.
I don't sound anything like that.
Thanks for reminding me how shitty life is. Appreciate it, bud.
Right.
You're welcome.
I was feeling pretty good before you showed up.
That's a goddamn lie.
I was feeling pretty nothing before you showed up. There we go.
Exactly.
Now I feel bad.
I just make you feel something.
Yeah, in my pants.
Yeah, well, in your pants is a good place to feel it.
Oh my.
Oh, yours.
Oh.
Shorty, I really love your hat today.
Thank you. My bowler cap.
Yeah. I don't feel like we've answered any of these 3 questions sufficiently.
I don't think anyone's ever answered any of these 3 questions sufficiently, and
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's why they're still the top 3 questions ever.
You're
Yeah,
probably
it's so
right.
not situational, but it's so like individually based. Like the meaning of life for one person is going to be different than something else, someone else.
Right. No, I agree.
Like I would feel like, if every day I learn something new, it's a successful day.
Yeah, definitely. So on that note, let's take a break.
Okay.
I'm going to go smoke about it, whether you are or not.
What a bitch.
Yeah, that's me. And we'll be right back
Okay.
with some What the Fuck Facts.
All right.
Do you love podcasts? Of course you do. That's why you're here. But you know what's even better than listening to a podcast? Making your own. That's right, and Anchor makes it simple. I'm your favorite host, MC Tyler Havlin, and I'm telling you, go download the Anchor app today, Anchor FM. They have all the tools you need to get started today. And best part is, it's totally free. They push it out to all the major platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. So get started today, people. Go download the app, Anchor FM. I'll wait. Do it now. It's time to educate all our lovely listeners.
Nice.
With some-
Education. What we're not known for in America.
This is true. So my first fact of the day is the average person will spend 6 months of their life waiting for red lights to turn green. That's really fucking depressing.
Sounds accurate though.
Thank you. That's exactly what I needed.
I know. Dude, I have this fun game at red lights though, because I got really long fucking nose hairs. I like to see how many nose hairs I could pluck while I'm sitting in a red light. My record right now is 5. You should try it sometimes, Cam. It's a fucking blast.
First off, what are you trying to say?
Well, I wasn't trying to say anything, but I know you got plenty of room to pluck nose hairs.
Right, but I don't have a hairy nose.
I bet you got hairs up there.
Yeah, but not
Everybody
really
has
long enough to grab.
You can grab them. Just look. You got room to stick 2 fingers in there.
Most people fucking
Look.
trim their fingernails, Tyler.
I didn't even get that one with my fingernails. I just plucked that one with fingertips.
Oh.
All right. Second one. A bolt of lightning contains enough energy to toast 100,000 slices of bread. I would say that it would save a lot of time, but then that bread
I
would
feel
just
like
go
it
bad.
should be more slices of bread.
I don't know,
What?
100,000 slices of bread. And bread's not very conductive. So,
True.
is that like saying that it's enough to run enough toasters to toast the bread? Or that if all this bread was lined up like in a gigantic loaf and the lightning struck one end of the loaf and the other end of the loaf was on the ground, that all of it would be toasted by the time the lightning made it all the way through?
I feel like if it did it that way, it would you could please everybody with their level of toasting.
Right, because you got like the really high toasted on this end and the very less toasted on this
Yeah,
end.
like where it's almost regular ass bread, but it's slightly toasted.
Yeah, that's what I like.
First,
Me too.
first
Me too.
world solutions, man.
Yeah, just set up a fucking giant ass loaf of bread.
Right
Like,
under
all
an
right.
antenna.
Wait for it. I'm gonna please 100,000 motherfuckers this way.
Well, I mean, who eats just one piece of toast? Like,
Huh?
I need at least 2. I like to dip my toast in the
All right,
yellows of
fine,
the eggs.
50,000 people, whatever.
Okay. That works for me. All right,
Or
share.
20,000 fat people.
Eh,
Or hungry people. Or hungry fat people.
fat people, hungry people. It's kind of the same thing.
Not necessarily. There's plenty of skinny people that are hungry.
Yeah, but at that point, they call themselves fat. They're like, oh, I'm about to get my fat kid on. Poor fat kids.
Yeah.
I often don't say that. I'm just like, I'm hungry.
And then I call you a fat kid.
True.
All right, cherophobia is the word for the irrational fear of being happy. So I think Camden suffers from cherophobia.
I'm not scared of being happy. I just don't know how to do it.
See, I think I might have that because every time I'm happy, I'm just like, oh, fuck, something bad's going to happen.
Right. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from 2 miles away.
That is loud.
That is fucking loud. I wonder
Well, I guess I've never been within 2 miles of a fucking blue whale.
I don't think I have.
Because if
either.
I start hearing a hearttebeat, I'll be just like, oh, God, something. What's
So-
happening?
I think
to me?
that's underwater.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because sound
sure.
travels better underwater than it does through the air. Anyway. That's why you can hear humpback whales from like miles.
Yeah.
Their song. It's very loud. It's also why sonar works
Yeah.
well underwater and not above ground.
Is it above ground radar?
No, there's still sonar. Like bats have sonar above ground, but they
Right.
have it's at such a higher frequency than what like dolphins.
I
and stuff
understand. I understand. I gotcha.
Look at Camden all smart and shit.
Yeah,
use.
yeah,
Zoo books, baby.
Nearly 30,000 rubber ducks were lost at sea in 1992 and are still being discovered today.
That's awesome. Can you just imagine just like, well, I wouldn't be, but you can imagine if someone was swimming in the ocean and they're just swimming around and he's like, oh, there's a rubber duck.
Every now and again, I forget that you have like a super fear of the ocean.
It's not a fear. It's just a rational dislike.
It's a respect for Mother Nature.
I don't want to be anywhere that I can't see the things around me.
True.
And I don't like being in water that my feet can't touch the ground.
Can you swim?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, he's got to
That's
get
right.
practice.
You've gone swimming with me at the gym before.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
swimming. I like swimming in pools
Yeah.
and other places
Where
my
I know
feet
the
can
water
touch
is
the ground.
fairly clean.
Yeah,
No,
I
I,
don't like-
I feel you.
anywhere anything can bite me, I don't like it.
If it wasn't for surfing, I'd have never gone in the ocean.
I still haven't. I've waded in it, and one, it stinks because it's the ocean.
Yeah.
It's just basically a bunch of fish shit, semen, and piss. I'm not really down with that.
No.
Yeah, that's why I don't drink a lot of water. Fish fucking it.
You drink all you do is drink water.
I know. Think of that. Where's my water?
So, 25 years ago, a cargo ship traveling from Hong Kong to the United States accidentally lost a shipping crate in the Pacific Ocean. I don't think they would have purposely lost the shipping crate of fucking rubber duckies, but inside the crate were 28,000 rubber ducks.
It's a lot of rubber ducks.
Yeah.
There was a semi that wrecked on the highway, spilling 216,000 worth of damage of D6. D&D reference. They were shipping like D6s, like for it was heading to Las Vegas for craps and shit. The semi wrecked and crashed, and it spilled over. It spilled over 100,000 dice, and it came out to 216,000 worth of damage. Somebody got that board and counted. Good.
Damn.
Yeah.
All
Do
right.
they know how they all rolled?
Yeah. Some apparently they got bored and counted it all. That like everybody who counted it just took tallies of like how much it was and then added it all together.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
216,000 even. 216,000 just right across the board. I was like, that's fucking cool. Good.
The inventor of the Frisbee was turned into a Frisbee after he died.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Steady Ed Hedrick.
Steadyhead?
Steady Ed.
I guess because the standard.
What'd they do? Did they just like take his ashes and compress them into
I guess.
a mold?
Yeah.
Oh, that's depressing. Subway footlongs aren't always a foot long. It's not surprising, but it's depressing.
Yeah, because they're cheap as fuck.
They average 11 inches.
Well, I mean, come on, guys. Come on. I mean, do we even have to say it?
Yeah.
Just come on. Inches are relative.
It's my
Counting.
my perspective. You know what's
Obvi-
you know what's 12 inches? 4 of these.
3.
Oh, well, somebody's got a big ego.
Mary Curie's notebooks are still radioactive.
I don't.
That's been a little... Madame Curie? She invented the X-ray, basically.
Oh.
Her notebooks are still radioactive.
Yeah,
Neat.
that is pretty neat.
She died of cancer.
No, she died of radiation poisoning.
Which is like an aggressive version of cancer, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, she died doing
Kinda.
what
I
she
mean, it's all
loved. I
cell
guess.
degradation.
Yeah.
Again, you're much smarter than me. One of 3 divorce filings include the word Facebook. Makes sense.
What's that number?
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
So 1/3 of all
I'm glad
divorce.
it's I'm glad it's an odd number.
It's 33.3 infinity percent.
Right.
Let me see if I got any more interesting ones. Roosters have built-in earplugs.
That's actually really cool because then they can't hear themselves being fucking obnoxious. So no wonder they crow all the time. They're like, did I crow earlier? I can't remember. I didn't hear it. Fucking assholes.
Clark Kent's a Marvel character.
What?
Not, like he was originally Superman, like in DC Comics, or whatever. But Marvel has made him a comic book character, and he's just a mild-mannered reporter. He's been featured several times in Spider-Man comics.
Huh.
There's my strange fact for you.
That's kind of disappointing, though.
Why?
I don't know.
It's just a respect.
Oh, okay.
I think it was for his the 50th anniversary of Superman. They did a thing where they put him in, like they still named the company the Daily Planet and rivals for with the Daily Bugle that Spider-Man works at, and they were having a combined interview or whatever. J. Jonah Jameson and Clark Kent were both interviewing the same person.
Did y'all know that cheetahs don't have retractable claws? Their paws look more like dog's feet than cat's feet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Neat.
Is that why they can't climb down trees? Or is that, no? Is it the retractable claws why cats can't climb down trees, but they can only climb up? I don't
Well, if they have retractable claws, it means they can push them out and pull them in. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
If
to
cheetahs
reach
don't,
the speeds that they get to, they can't have normal cat know. So they evolved into having more like dog-like feet
right,
and claws, so they can constantly get traction.
right.
That's how they get to such high speeds.
He didn't look that up. He just knew it.
Zoo books, baby.
Told
Zoo
you.
books. I remember Zoo Books, seeing the infomercials for them.
That was my birthday present from my grandma every year. Was I got a subscription to Zoo Books.
It's actually pretty cool.
I fucking loved Zoo Books growing up, dude. It was
It's
so
helping
cool.
you
I
out
look
now.
forward to the new ones.
Yeah.
And then I started getting reruns constantly because I basically read about every animal that's ever existed ever.
Right.
So I had to cancel it.
Well, see now that's like a different game because like new species have been discovered and shit. So
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure there's a bunch more out there now, but
Right.
this is like,
I wonder if zoo books is still a thing.
I don't know.
I think
I'd say it is.
It should be.
most shit like that, the internet has just killed anyways. Because, I mean, putting something in paper form like that, like it all goes digital now, which is weird. It's not weird. I mean, it's convenient, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know. My last one, since we talked about aliens on the last episode, we may have already had. Sorry, let me start over because I can't talk. We may have already had alien contact. In 1977, a volunteer for the search for extraterrestrial intelligence received a 72-second long signal from a distant star system 120 light years from Earth. Huh.
Yeah, we get radio frequencies from space all the time
Apparently,
because stars give off radio frequencies.
it was called the WOW signal. Because whoever fucking,
Well, that's not a good omen.
I don't know.
World of Warcraft. We don't want a sign from them motherfuckers.
Or just World of War.
Also terrible.
Yeah. All right, so let's take one more break.
Or it's just a bunch of white old women.
White old women.
Whiny wasps. Whiny old wasps.
Bzzz. That was a horrible buzz.
Right.
I do shit, and I'm like, why did I do that?
See, I ask myself, because I have an idea to do things, and then I do them.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I'm like, I probably could have not done that, and everything would have turned out fine.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of those moments.
That's how I live my life.
Yeah,
currently.
I have no filter on my mouth and or my actions. As soon as something pops in my brain, it happens. And then I'm like,
You've done things to
Shit.
me. You've done things to me, and I've instantly retaliated by punching you. And you're like, ow! I deserve that! I don't know why I did it!
All right. Shit, let's take a break, come back for Shorty's pull.
All right.
Since we didn't have one last episode.
Are we allowed to put that on the air?
What? Yeah. Yeah.
It's Shorty's pull, not Shorty's pole.
Yeah, but aren't you pulling your... Never mind. All right, we don't have to explain this joke any farther. Let's
Yeah.
just get into the break.
Sitting here tugging at it.
This episode is brought to you by the Weather Channel app. Did you know the app can help you forecast more than just the weather? With allergy tracking and flu risk mapping. So you know when to stay inside and load up on podcast. As well as air quality and UV indexing. So you know when to get outside, load up on sunscreen and podcast. Forecast more of what you love with the Weather Channel app.
And we're back.
Here we are.
I'm here.
It's time to talk comic books.
Yeah.
comic
Shorty's pull.
books.
All right, so this one literally just started. The first issue of it came out, I think, last Wednesday. Not this past one, but the previous. This is the new Future State Justice League. So right after the events of the Dark Knight's death metal event, where the whole universe got destroyed and whatnot, if you're not keeping up with comic books, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You might know a little bit from what I've told you, but I talk about it in passing with you because I know you don't care that much.
Yeah, no. I love comic books and the idea behind comic books. I cannot stand. I don't like to read them.
Why don't you like to read them?
There's not enough there. I like to read novels. I like most of it to be in my imagination.
Right.
I don't need the pictures.
Have you tried reading the graphic novels?
Yes.
Because I'm saying
Well, that's his preferred method anyway. And
Yeah,
then,
if I'm gonna wait for a series to be done, I'm just gonna read the whole graphic novel.
I've gotten Camden into like 3 different stories before.
They've canceled 2 of them.
Yeah, so like, and it's been really rough. And then the other one, he was just like, I don't want to read this anymore. I'm like, I feel you.
Well, sorry about that interruption.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
My bad.
But after the event of the Dark Knight's death metal, the universe was thrown into a real flux, and they found another world with various timelines. So all the Future State titles are different points in time, whether it be past and future, of different histories. Well, this one takes place on a future timeline where the children of the heroes have grown up, or these just different people. So like Aquaman and Mera have a daughter named Andy. So she is the new Aquawoman. There is a new sect of Amazons that Wonder Woman's from that have come into a little bit more of the limelight, that actually hide out in the Amazon forest. And the Wonder Woman of this future her name is Yara Flor. And she's actually really cool because she's a little bit more hot-headed. She's younger, and she's got a really cool vibe about her. I'm really excited to read more about her. Superman is obviously Superman's son, Jonathan Kent. Pretty excited about it. Batman is Tim Fox, which is Lucius Fox's son. And people who've seen the Dark Knight movies, Lucius Fox is Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman's character that helped Batman through a lot. And he's the same character in the comic books. You know, he's just a guy who helped Bruce out a lot through the thing. But his son took over the mantle of Batman because Bruce Wayne died. But of course, it's comic books. Nobody stays dead, and obviously Bruce Wayne's not dead because you can't kill Bruce Wayne.
Old age can.
Huh?
Old age can.
Old age can. Yeah.
I don't know. He might figure it out.
No, Terry McGinnis shows that.
Yep.
Then you have, let's see, who else is there? There is the new Green Lantern. Joe Mullion. She's a new Earthling that got the Green Lantern Corps, and she's there, and she's pretty neat. But she's like she's an ex-cop who got fired for doing the right thing. So like she has a lot of reminiscent of Jon Stewart, another one of my favorite Green Lanterns.
Yeah, Green Lantern is one of my favorite DC characters.
Yeah,
I mean,
no matter who
who plays them, I like that iteration of that hero. I just like how the mechanics work. I like how it's based on their willpower. You know what I mean? So that ebbs and flows as time goes on, depending on what's going on in their life and how strongly they feel about whatever. So I think that's just a cool mechanic. Is like how strong you are is how hard you basically believe that something needs to get done.
Right. Yeah, and I love them too. Then you have a new Flash from a different universe altogether. They came here because Barry Allen is missing through time.
Oh, not again!
Yeah,
look out, Barry Allen fucked up time.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening next week in the Flash? Well, time is still fucked up, and Barry Allen did it.
Well, see, he's not trying. He's trying to figure out what, like, Barry Allen currently is trying to figure out, like, where the timelines are being corrupted in the future state. He didn't do this one. Like, it's not his fault. So he's going through time trying to figure out where it is. But I can't think of this guy's name. I want to say it's Zach Chambers is the new Flash. And he's been pretty cool. He's a little bit like, I don't know if you guys know Impulse from the Young Justice cartoon, but he kind of has that kind of vibe. But he's really cool. But they start off in the comic book. Issue 1 is the only one I've read because it's the only one that's out right now. It starts off with the Justice League finding the new Legion of Doom, which is a bunch of new villains I've never heard of, and I can't remember their names because obviously it's only one issue and they were in like 5 panels. But they've all been killed right off the bat, and they open up to the mystery of who has the power to kill the Legion of Doom that isn't the Justice League. And turns out whoever did kill them has framed the Justice League. So now the new Justice League is on the run and trying to piece together this big mystery. And it's really cool seeing all these new characters because now they have a new rule for this future version of the Justice League that they are not allowed to know each other's aliases. They are not allowed to know their personal lives and stuff like that. Because apparently in this timeline, in the past, that helped them the Justice League crumble. So like the Hall of Justice that a lot of us are familiar with has been destroyed and laid to ruin, and it was because somebody found something out and terminated, basically sabotaged or blackmailed all of the previous Justice League. So now they have
Batman.
Huh?
It was Batman.
No, it wasn't Batman.
It was probably Batman.
Yeah, might have been Batman. Might have been Batman.
He's the only one who could make a plan that would fall that badly into the entire Justice.
Shout out to Tara Babel, another fucking great story.
Yep.
But yeah, this new Justice League is really neat. It's really cool. It's a good way to start off if you've never read any comic books. Like if you like all these big heroes and big grandiose stories and stuff like that, this one is leading up to what could be. I can't say is going to be. What could be a really cool event, seeing the Justice League deal with it, they themselves being framed and targeted by everybody else.
And it puts everyone in a new light. You don't have to know a lot about because they're all new characters.
Right.
So you don't have to know about a whole lot about history or what's happened before to be able to pick up this story and kind of just go with it, right?
Yeah. The new Aquawoman, Andy Curry, she has been in 4 issues total, and all 4 issues she was a little baby because it was just right after she got born. Now this takes place, 20 years in the future, so we've never seen her. Jonathan Kent has a little bit of history because he's been around for a couple of years now, but all that history is when he was a little kid. This is the first time he has stepped up to be actually Superman. Tim Fox, people know him by name, and he hasn't done a lot in the comic books. So his other son, Luke, or the other Fox son, was Batwing, another superhero, but he's not in the limelight in this. This is a new guy, and apparently he's the family fuck up, which is kind of cool. So
Tim Fox is?
Tim Fox is, yeah. He's got this kind of chip on his shoulder where he kind of abandoned the family for whatever reason. Apparently he struggled with drugs, from what I've read online about him. Like there was a story arc way back when that I haven't read, and they talked about him fucking up with drugs. So he's trying to make himself right and take on the mantle of the Batman. So, and this, Green Lantern has had a 6-issue miniseries. So
right,
you don't need to read it to know anything about her. I mean, and this new Flash, this was his first appearance. So never seen that. And if he turns out to be great, this comic book's going to be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, because a lot of time comic books can just be daunting.
This is his absolute first appearance?
Yep, he's never been shown before. Never been shown before. He's been mentioned, but that doesn't count for shit. Okay. In the world of comic books and collecting wise, it doesn't count for shit. His physical first appearance counts for a lot.
So yeah, and comic books can be kind of daunting when you look. You're like, all right, I want to pick up. I want to start reading comics. So you go to the comic book shop and you pick up a story. Well, it starts referencing things that happened over here and things over here, and you have to look up other series that might intersect with the series you're reading and stuff. So it's really cool to have like a story that you can just pick up and read standalone. Yeah. And maybe just kind of get into it from there. So that's
one of my favorite things.
Cool thing about this series.
And that's what one of my favorite things about is like this is DC's beginning to their relaunch. Mm-hmm. So like every 6 or 7 years, DC does a thing where they have this like really long continuous scope of history, And then every 6 years they hit stop, and they're like, okay, here's the big event that ends it. Now we're going to start new numbering and new story arcs. That way new people can jump in and not have to go back, like you said, and get this culminated history of everything that's ever happened. They can start off from issue 1 of Batman from 2021, which is coming out in a few months. And it'll be the good kicking off point if you want to start reading Batman.
No, I don't want to have Wikipedia pulled up when I go to read a comic book.
Right. And very rarely does, nowadays, with Batman especially and Green Lantern especially, there is so much knowledge that people don't want to give up for the canon. Like, nobody wants to give up Batman's back breaking. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to give up Green Lantern's Brightest Day and Darkest Night story arc, because that was a huge thing and it really evolutionized the emotional spectrum and stuff like that, bringing fear and love and everything like that into the Lantern Corps. So, those are some small things, but they don't reference them a lot. And if they do reference them, they talk about it in, minimal passing. That way you don't, it doesn't even give you a reference thing. So they're like, yeah, this is worse than the time I got my back broken. And you're like, oh, Batman had his back broken. Cool, next page. They're not giving you all this exposition to try to look up. They're not referencing stories from 30 years ago, which was a problem back in the early 2000s and even in the late 90s, that they would reference these things that's happened over the, 50 or 60 years. And Marvel doesn't do that a lot. Every now and again, they'll do a hard reboot, and it's hard to keep track of because I don't know why, but they do miniseries events all the time, and then you have to go read these volumes, and it's hard for me to keep track of, and that's somebody who stays with this stuff consistently, But that this Future State is going to be the beginning of their relaunch, and I'm pretty excited for it. And they haven't announced what their relaunch is going to be titled or anything like that.
When did this come out?
The 6th of January.
Okay.
Is when this came out. And all the Future State stuff so far has been really good.
So anybody that wants to jump on this can get on it now and be at the beginning.
Yeah, they can go to a comic book shop right now and just ask, hey, I want to read DC's Future State. And insert whatever title, whether it be Batman. If you want to follow Bruce Wayne, you ask for the Dark Detective. If you want to follow the Tim Fox story, you ask for the next or the new Batman or whatever. And you can see who's who on the cover, obviously, because obviously one dude is Bruce Wayne, the other dude is not. You know what I'm saying? And then some of the titles aren't even out yet. They haven't released the new Green Lantern. They haven't released Aquawoman yet. Or Aquaman, because it's going to be following around Jackson Hyde, who is the current Aqua lad, and who's going to be becoming the new Aquaman.
I'm going to the comic book store after I leave here. You guys want to go?
I'll always go to the comic book
All right.
store.
I'm gonna go. So that's the plan for after this.
All right, sweet. I will show you a whole new world.
Right.
A whole new world.
Yeah.
We don't have rights for that song.
We don't have the rights. It's 3 words. We're sorry. We're gonna get shut down thanks to Disney, you pieces of shit.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Disney does kind of suck.
We're going to get bought by Disney.
Hey, I would take it though.
150 cents.
150 cents.
I'm not gonna sell it to Disney because then they're gonna be like, you're gonna have to get rid of all your Batman shit. I'm like, fuck you.
Forget you.
Nah.
We're gonna wrap it up for the day. Today's outer idiot of the day, though, in all seriousness, one of the best guys we know collectively is Miles Sham.
Yeah, I love Miles.
We gotta love the Miles.
So, everybody, show some love for Miles. Dude's fucking great. And that's it.
Yeah.
So in the meantime,
In between's time.
always remember, the grass might be greener on the other side. Sometimes you gotta taste it.
Move, bitch.